Well, howdy, howdy, howdy. Finally, senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. Thumbs up for that. Well, hokey smokes, I've got an awful story to tell about yesterday that continues to this day, though much, much less. I have a lot of things written down because, again, ADHD brain. One of them I talked about yesterday about how a lot of restricted video stuff is done. Been learning more about that. It's even talking about it can get you restricted. It is if you mention things like politics or anything political, like well, I'm going to get blackholed for it anyway. I mentioned that I'm bi the other day. That's enough to get you onto restricted mode. It is AI restriction, not because of anything, but because of the wave of internet censorship that's going on. Governments don't want you talking about politics, so they're going to not have you able to talk about politics. Being black in America is a political thing now, so if you talk about being black in America, your video will not be seen by anybody with restricted mode on. If you mention anything about politics, that's it, you're gone. Anything that just is problematic to current governments is just getting black-holed. I sure love being alive today. Yay. Now on to the biggest story that I've got is, for the past 5 or more years, I have just been attacked by insects in such a way that is weird. When I go out walkies, I go, with my neck and my head uncovered and my arms from here down uncovered. But when I go walking, I don't feel bugs bounce off my arms. And I can feel things. When I feel a bit of random web go across my arm, I can feel that moving my arm hairs, and so I drag it and pull it off. So if something lands on my arms, I'll feel it. But when I go out walking, I don't feel bugs bouncing off my arms. If I feel, like 5% of the time it may happen, but if I feel anything bouncing off of here, I would feel it, because occasionally I do get a bug that comes in and gets caught, and then it's brushed away. Same here. If I had once every 2 or 3 weeks something gets caught, I'll brush it away. But when I'm out walking, you know where I get hit with bugs? They bounce off of my face right through here, and right through here. They don't bounce off of here. They don't bounce off here. They don't bounce off here. They don't bounce off my arms. They narrowly miss my eyes. And in the past 5 years, I have had bugs fly right into my eyes 3 times, and I have been narrowly catching some of them with my eyelids by going like that as I've seen something go in and it gets caught. And if I hadn't done that, it was going right into my eye. Well, last night, coming back from Walmart, must have been around 8:30, it was getting dark. I'm going along and suddenly bug. Whap! Right into my eye. Big bug. Caught underneath my eyelid. I had to reach up, grab it, and pull it out of my eye, and then throw it away. It was about 2 minutes of just going, with my eyes just watering and trying to get my shirt, the only thing I had, to try and blot to see if I could get any of loose bug parts out. Trying to walk home was rough because every 100 feet I had to stop and deal with my eye. And then all the way up to 10:30, it was just agony. And at that point I went, oh my God, I am not going to be able to sleep because every time I close my eye, it is sharp pain. So I had to walk to Walmart and get one of these petrolatum, Vaseline based with mineral oil in it stuff that you squeeze into your eye to help keep a buffer between the scratches and junk up here and the actual surface of my eye. Today, it is still an irritant in there. It's still scratched up and not fully healed. It is 99% better, but every time I look around, I can feel it. A little bunch of stuff up there rubbing against the surface of my eye. So I was that close to going to the ER last night, but what would they have been able to do for me? Nothing. Rinse it out, flush it. Yeah, I did that many times. With tap water, the only thing I had, so yeah, that felt good. But I kept rinsing it out, and I put that stuff in before going to sleep, and I was able to sleep. And when I woke up this morning, it was moving my eyes around, then remembering it had happened, then moving my eyes around more and going, oh, thank God. So it's that little bit of irritation now that gums up my eye every once in a while because, hey, irritation, so your eye produces mucus and stuff, and so I keep getting gummy and having to de-gum my eyes. In fact, looking down like that, I can still feel it as more than an irritation. It's almost painful. So hopefully I don't have any bug chitin caught in there. Joy. So that happened last night, which meant I went walkies around 6-ish, 6 or 7, right around in that area. So I didn't get anything done at all past 6 o'clock, aside from dealing with this, which, again, the more I move my eyes around and talk, the more irritated it's feeling. So joy on that. And then after yesterday, I was still so tired, I didn't get anything done during the morning time. And with this video that you see in the background here, that's the DLC for Postal Brain Damaged. And I recorded that with commentary. Except, of course, I forgot to turn the mic on. And so yammered for 40 some odd minutes into a dead mic. So I'm probably not going to be posting that. Might post it as no commentary, but they barely get watched, no commentary, so it's nice background here though. Oh, let's see. Is there anything else I have up there? Actually, generally no. All I have is just this to remind me of how little I got done yesterday and why, and the fact that I got nothing done. Oh, it was so rough. I couldn't even touch my lower eyelid like this because it all felt raw. For all I know, trying to grab the bug, it might have partially popped it, in which case caustic insides, or there could have been just, it had something it was spitting out either side of its body. I don't think it popped, but who can tell? I didn't grab it like steel pincers. I grabbed an object, pulled it, and threw it. Nothing stuck, so I don't think that happened. But, joy. Yesterday, as I sometimes do, I keep forgetting to thank people on the commentary and Patreon stuff. I'm so sorry. And call to action time. If you could like, comment, share, subscribe, that would be very awesome. Greatly appreciated. Each and every one of my Patreon patrons, you are beautiful and awesome people. Thumbs up and thank you. You help me out a lot and it is appreciated. For everybody that leaves me a comment, you two are beautiful and awesome in your own way. I read every comment that YouTube shows me. I thumbs up every comment that YouTube, that's it, lets me. And if it won't let me, or if the comment is particularly witty or heartfelt, I give it a heart. And what else is there? I always forget on that level. But I do play an internet game of either giving an impromptu creative writing prompt or putting up a secret word to be written into the comments because it's nice to be heard, which is one of the reasons I like to answer as many comments as I can to show you that you are being heard. Thumbs up for that. There's more I say on that, but I've gotten lost on it. So the people that last played were Jesse Koskinen, thumbs up and thank you. Chris and all their incarnations and flavors, thumbs up. Just Man Bun is fine, greatly appreciated. Toilet Decimator, thumbs up. RJ Mitchell, greatly appreciated. And sure, Sir Schmuckle. I have had so much trouble speaking today. I am Englishing very, very poorly. Even though I slept some last night, I have not been sleeping well for over a week now, so joy. Hopefully I'll pick it back up soon, but things like this are going to affect it. Joyous on that. Now, of course, if you have watched this far, I didn't put anything down here with words, so I'm going to have to reuse something that I used just recently. If you could tell me just how isolated you think this astronaut is, or if you could type isolation into the comments. Either one is fine, and if you don't wish to do either, well, don't. It's not mandatory. I don't feel bad about anybody not doing it. You are who you are. It is not mandatory, and I would not force anyone to do it, even if I had the power. Consent is important. But if you do choose to play with either the creative writing prompt, I only asked for a sentence, or if you put in the actual just word isolation, or nothing at all, everything is greatly appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Apparently this is a floating astronaut. Well, hokey smokes. I'm going to take care of myself as best I can. I have been over the community center. I told the story about my eye there. So that's all good. Thumbs up on that. So I, as stated, again, going to take care of myself. And hopefully you can get done with the things that you would like to get done, because that would be very, very cool. And if not, please do not beat yourself up, because, quite frankly, you deserve better. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is indeed a very, very good thing. I wish I had words of wisdom, but with my brain barely functional from lack of sleep that's catching up, and this bloody bug. I'm not angry anymore. I don't think I ever was. But I am still irate because I wish it hadn't happened. Anyway, though, I've got to click over here so I can reach over and click on this thing. Thumbs up for that.